One day, a brass band paraded past the house on 88th Street. The Prim family rushed to the window to watch. They called for Lyle, but there was no answer. "Look," someone pointed out. "It's Lyle. He's in the parade." There was Lyle doing his specially somersault, flying leaps, walking in front feet and taking bows, just as he did the first day they laid eyes on him. The people watching cheered him on, while Lyle smiled back at them and blew kisses. A photographer was on hand to take pictures. The next day, Lyle was famous. The telephone rang continuously, and bundles of mail were dropped the door. One letter was from someone Lyle knew particularly well. Mr. Prim read it. "Just a few words to say. I shall return. Cordially, Hector P. Valenti, star of the stage and screen. P.S. Very soon. P.P.S. To fetch my crocodile." Several days later, Mrs. Prim and Lyle were in the kitchen shelling peas when they heard a knocking at the door. It was Hector P. Valenti, the star of stage and screen. "I have come for Lyle," announced Signor Valenti. You can't have Lyle," cried Mrs. Prim. He's very happy living here, and we love him dearly." "Lyle must be returned to me," insisted Signor Valenti. "Was it not who raised him in the from young crocodilehood? Was it not I who taught him his bag of tricks? We have appeared together on stages the world over." "But why then did you leave him alone in the strange house?" asked Mrs. Prim. "Because," answered Signor Valenti, "I could no longer afford to pay his Turkish caviar. But now Lyle is famous, and we shall be very rich." Mrs. Prim was saddened, but she knew Lyle properly belonged to Signor Valenti, and she had to let him go. It was a tearful parting for everyone. Signor Valenti had big plans for Lyle. They were to travel far and wide, stay in many hotels, where sometimes the tubs were too big, other times too small, or too crowded. Signor Valenti did what he could to coax a smile from Lyle. He tried making funny faces at him. He stood on his head. He tickled his toes and told him uproarious stories that in happier days would have Lyle doubled over with laughter. But Lyle could not laugh. Or could he make people laugh? He made them cry instead. One night in Paris, he made an entire audience cry. The theater manager was furious and ordered them off his stage. Meanwhile, at the house on East 88th Street, Mrs. Prim went about her work with her usual bright smile, and deep sighs could be heard coming from behind the newspaper Mr. Prim was reading. Every morning, Josa anxiously awaited the arrival of the mailman in hope of receiving a word from Lyle. One morning, a letter did come. He knew the handwriting very well. Just a few words to say. We shall return. Cordially, Hector P. Valenti, former star of stage and screen. P.S. I am sick of crocodiles. P.P.S. and tears of crocodiles. Not too many days after, the Prims were delighted to find Hector P. Valenti and Lyle at their door. Here, take him back, said Signor Valenti. He is no good. Will never make anyone laugh again. But Signor Valenti was very much mistaken. Everyone laughed and laughed and laughed. And in the end, so did Signor Valenti. So now, if you should happen to be walking past the house 88th Street, and if you should happen to hear the sound that go swish, swash, splash, swoosh, don't be surprised. It's only Lyle the crocodile. Please subscribe.